Today's
One, two, three, four.
Welcome to. Oh gosh, that would not work. All right. Welcome to the Smashcast. My name is Matt, sometimes called Capn CocoCharms. Whatever you guys want, I don't care. And today we have our wonderful hosts as usual.
PreacherDudeRox.
I'm Soupenomics.
And I'm Nikomar.
And together with our powers, we form Captain Smash Planet to be able to give you the latest crazy news. What?
No, that's a great one. Yeah, I like it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have combined our powers today to talk about wacky stuff that we found on the internet, mainly just Smash-related stuff. The first topic...
Don't give the secret away, okay?
Oh, the spoilers, dude, man.
All right, what's the first topic, Matt?
It is Super Mario Maker. It was announced as a stage as a recent, and it wasn't leaked this time. I was very surprised.
Yes.
Wowie zowie!
A stage for Smash 4, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, the 64 one is not compatible with the internet still. We're still waiting for that.
So,
but are you guys excited for this?
It caught me off guard. I'm really excited for it. Like every other DLC, I have bought all of them. So yeah,
it reminds me of Tortimer Island for the 3DS, but even cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's all Nico's gonna say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like it a lot because I'm a huge fan of Mario World and Mario 3. So I'm glad that we can play it like on a stage that's in that exact style.
Right.
Because like Yoshi's Island, it might be from like Mario World technically, but it just doesn't really feel like Mario World.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm glad that we can play on a stage that is from a game that's emulating other games poorly.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's
you're saying it's poor?
Divisive stance. Yeah,
well, like the Mario World engine in Mario Maker isn't great.
I've noticed.
Enough about that.
Yeah.
I do think the stage is pretty cool though. It's gonna be real fun because, you know, there's possibilities in this that aren't even possible to make in Super Mario Maker, such as lava being in overworld stages.
Slopes!
I just think it's really great because not only is it randomized, but it's also randomized between the different styles, which are Super Mario Bros. 1, 3, World, and New Super Mario Bros. There are tons of combinations.
Mm-hmm. And all I was gonna say is that that's a good and a bad thing because like part of like what makes stages important is that you get to go to a place you like
that looks cool to you,
and and it has some visual flair. So I guess for like Super Mario Maker or whatever, for you to like the stage, what you would really have to like is the fact that it's procedurally generated, because like with other stages, sometimes you like the layout,
Yeah.
Like that's part of what you like about it. So with this one, you gotta realize that you'll probably never ever get the version you like ever again,
Yeah, that's like a sad realization. That, and if you wanted to like break up some stuff, it's like, oh, I don't want this there. It's just gonna come back no matter what. The giant hand from the sky with the stylus is like, no, I am going to put it back no matter how much I like it.
Something interesting to note, though, is that at the start of the trailer, you can see that, at the start, it starts out in Mario 1 style and then switches over to Mario U, so maybe the stage itself will do that in action, switch between the different game modes.
Probably.
Yeah, it seems like that. There's a couple clips that show it transitioning mid-battle, yeah.
So
that's even better, yeah.
I think the one thing that would just make this stage not good is the final destination for him, because literally, what would there be?
And the final destination form might even be randomized between the 4 different aesthetics.
Yeah.
But what if it was the Omega version, but it still changed mid-battle?
That would be interesting. Well, that's something we'll have to find out.
It probably wouldn't be legal, but
And something to note is that there's something missing about this. It's not exactly Mario levels, because if you notice, there's a complete absence of all enemies. But in the background, you can see several bullet bills flying by, and that's a little neat.
That's a neat. Yeah.
That's a neat, indeed.
I think in general, our impressions that this is cool caught us all off guard. Like you said, Matt, somehow this didn't get leaked.
I know. Wow.
And it's interesting that it's not part of a pack, because we've been seeing that. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
you say that, but if you pause the video when the stage is being selected, you can see that the stage is over to the side and not centered. And also, on the Smash Bros. Website, it's listed as Stage 5, whereas there is no Stage 4 to look at. So there is possibly another stage coming alongside with this one.
Yeah,
Possibly.
I don't think that'd be too far off, considering that, it just seems kind of strange that we get a single stage on September 30th, which is the release date for this. I feel like we'll at least get some costumes or something. Maybe there'll be an announcement before then. We'll get something even bigger than that.
Yeah.
And so something that another one of our members brought up, he says that the Suzaku Castle isn't listed with a number on the Smash Bros. Website, so that this is either a returning stage or a standalone stage and doesn't come bundled with the character. So either it could be something from Melee, Brawl, 64, or it could be something entirely new, like a Splatoon stage maybe, or a new Zelda stage or something.
It's another Pokefloats.
I would personally like to see Great Bay.
Pokefloats.
Oh no, that's a terrible stage.
It could be Dr. Mario, and this could be a whole Mario pack.
Because there wasn't enough Mario.
Yeah, we need more Mario in DLC.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I guess that's that. We also have, I would say, although it doesn't really concern me specifically, some pretty great news. Especially in terms of size, there's an Ace Attorney anime coming out.
Oh baby, you know how much I love those Ace Attorneys, man. I love them.
Tell us.
Oh boy. Well, Tokyo Game Show's going on. They announced the new Ace Attorney 6 game was coming out. It is a direct sequel right after Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, which was Ace Attorney 5 in Japan. So they announced the 6, they released a trailer, everyone's like, oh, that's awesome and everything. Then they had a special side conference on the side. So they were like, all right, listen, you like this anime game about lawyers and stuff, and you're like, yes, it is a game about anime lawyers, and they're like, well, check this crap out, it's an anime lawyer game, anime, and everyone's like, what? And that really caught me off guard. I was screaming at my desk, because how I found out about the news, Soup just went in Skype and was like, hey, there's an Ace Attorney anime, and I was like, that's bullcrap, they only released a trailer for the game. And he's like, no, I'll show you. And I didn't want to believe him, so I went on Twitter, I found out the news, I screamed like a girl at my desk, and I just ran out for a bit. Because this was something fans have clamored for years. I know,
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's something that's been clamored, but no one really knew how it was going to be done. But now that they announced it, it's going to be coming out in April in Japan, 2016.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. It's so soon, relatively, It is very soon. And the only news they sort of gave out was 3 important characters are just going to be showing up in the anime. It's going to be Phoenix Wright, Maya Fey, and Miles Edgeworth. They're the most important roles when it came through the first 3 games, and then if you count Miles Edgeworth, the spin-off investigations games, they'll probably focus with him a bit. But some people have been upset that there's no Apollo Justice, there's no the newer characters in there, but there is a good guess that some people have speculated that it's going to be focusing on the manga stories that were released in Japan, so they might animate those, or it's going to focus on the first few games. No one's really sure what's going to happen story-wise, but they're probably going to give out more news later on about it. Well, has everybody here played an Ace Attorney game?
Yeah, I have.
I haven't.
Okay. Right, I haven't either, but I think it's still pretty significant. This is really cool. This is good for Capcom for sure. I'd be interested to find out. Obviously, they didn't give out too many details, so this is quite the teaser. But I'd like to know who they would be, I guess, partnering with for animation.
That is something I have to. Well, they don't really say. They just said
no. They haven't said it. Yeah,
they haven't said it.
They barely said anything about it. But I think as we near the date, they'll probably say Miyazaki's working on it. But
nah, it wouldn't be, because the Dual Destinies, they used anime cutscenes because they had newer hardware other than the DS and the GBA. They focused on who was it? It was Bones Animation that worked on the Ace Attorney stuff, and they did a lot of work with Space Dandy and stuff like that. So
okay, so it's slightly probable that they might have a hand in this.
I pray that Bones does do the animation, because they did a really good job with the anime style for Dual Destinies, and from their last work on Space Dandy, that anime was really good. So I hope they would work on it. If not, I don't know who else would be able to take up the task. And then one last bit of news about the anime. Capcom announced they're doing sales on their games lately. So the trilogy, which is the first 3 games, are going to be on sale in Japan. Then the 4th game, they're going to resell this. The 4th game was a DS exclusive. They're going to resell that, and then they're going to have other discounts on the other Ace Attorney games there. I'm not sure if the US is going to get the same treatment. Maybe. Well, they already announced. I hope so too, because the 6th game, when they announced the Japanese at Tokyo Game Show, they were like, all right, we're going to announce it for Japan and the US. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So we know we're probably going to get it probably a few months after it comes out in Japan. But that's just crazy Ace Attorney stuff.
Yeah,
that's pretty exciting stuff.
So as you're gearing up to watch your Ace Attorney anime, you can get your Ace Attorney games all around you. You can have your Ace Attorney cosplay on.
Speaking of cosplay, I do have an attorney's badge, so I'll be wearing that for sure.
Get your
from this day all the way up to April 2016.
You could get your Mia Fey body pillow with you and cuddle up to watch some Ace Attorney.
I don't know if I go far as buying a body pillow, but if it means that much to me, I probably will invest in one. I know you would, David.
Well, I think this is great. Capcom's definitely being really smart with this, knowing where to put their chips in. I think like with all the games going on in sale, at least in Japan, hopefully they reciprocate in the US. Like that'll get some interest. So by the time the anime comes around, everybody will be aware of the series, And then, they'll hop right on over.
It'll mean a lot. Now, I just hope Phoenix Wright gets into Smash, but I doubt it'll happen.
These 3 Capcom characters.
Yeah.
Jesus!
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But, good on you, Capcom. Where's Mega Man? Okay, moving on.
So to a Mega Man-esque, at least in one way, title, freaking Shovel Knight had some special, super crazy stuff going on. Plague of Shadows, let's talk about that. Whoa.
Well, Plague of Shadows is a new, I guess you could say DLC that released for Shovel Knight last night. I wouldn't really say DLC because it's free and it comes in the patch and it's not a separate download or anything. It's just included within the patch. So now when you start a file at Shovel Knight, you can choose between either Shovel Knight or Plague Knight. Plague Knight being one of the bosses that Shovel Knight fought on his journey. And he plays entirely differently. He doesn't use a shovel. He throws bombs.
Double jump!
He throws bombs, and he has a little dinky, terribly short double jump that reminds me of Little Mac. But you can also charge up after you throw a bomb. If you keep holding the button, you'll charge up a third jump that sends even farther, and will increase the length of your double jump if you use it right.
Yeah. And also for reference, when we say yesterday, we're talking about the 17th of September.
Nice. Yeah, good. So is this exciting for you guys?
Oh yeah, I think
both Soup and I have got some hands-on play with the game, and so you could go first if you want to talk about your thoughts on Plague Knight.
I haven't gotten too far into Plague Knight's story yet, but I think it's a heckin' fun time. He's real fun. His playstyle is a lot different from Shovel Knight. It takes a lot to get used to because he can't hit anything directly in front of him because of the arc of his bombs. And if you're in the air, he'll throw the bombs diagonally downward, and I think that leads to some great play. It reminds me of like using Sheik's needles or something in Smash Bros. But I think he's really fun. You can do a lot of like momentum stuff with his bomb jump and there are also like tons of different power-ups you can get from, like he has this whole like little like magic table where you can customize like different fuses on the bombs, different effects to when you do your third like bomb jump. You can have like a blast come out in front of you. You can like drop ice. There's all kinds of different things that you can do with the character.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And using his skill set, you can get to all new, brand new
areas,
Plague Knight exclusive areas that Shovel Knight could never dream of getting to.
Yeah, I mean he definitely has mobility. But when it comes to combating certain foes, he is more of a coward.
Yeah,
as his character profile would suggest. I mean, his gameplay is more just around annoying the opponents, jumping around them, throwing bombs from afar.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to ask, because like my mind can't help but like go in this direction. It's amazing how Yacht Club Games has managed to, you know, give you a different take on how to play, and like it's even in a meta sort of way. It's almost Metroid-esque in that you can go back and try things out with this dude now.
Yeah.
Plague Knight, and you know you get to all new areas like with like Knuckles in like a Sonic game, you know, with how that worked.
And they
but now
Oh, okay. Well, sorry to interrupt, but they have altered like certain parts of the games to work better with Plague Knight. But, you know, it still feels like the game is structured, like, just overall for Shovel Knight. And I'm not gonna, like, hate on them for this or anything, because though it would really require you to make an entirely new game if you want to structure it entirely for Plague Knight.
Yeah, it might have been an afterthought. They just got lucky.
Some parts just don't feel right for Plague Knight. I think that's because he feels completely different from Shovel Knight. And
well, if you want to consider that, going to the point what I was saying, like, do you guys think there's a possibility that we'll get some other dudes to play with that we've seen before?
What do you mean?
Like, it's not just Plague Knight and like...
Oh, no.
It's already been confirmed that Spectre Knight and King Knight will be coming.
Oh, okay.
As
Do you think we'll get to everybody, or
no? Probably not.
Okay.
Those were stretch goals, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, just the ones that were stretch goals on the Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually in the future we could possibly see others, but
yeah,
you know, for the time being, it'll just be Spectre Knight and King Knight.
You will be able to play as the other boss characters in the battle mode that's coming to like the console versions.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, the handheld has like this trial mode style thing where you kind of do a time race between opponents, and the systems will get like, you know, multiplayer battles. I don't think it has online though, but it's still pretty cool.
Wow, this is great. Yeah, Yacht Club Games is really doing a good job at keeping this thing alive.
Yeah, and I mean the best part about it is this is all free DLC. I mean, it's pretty gracious.
Yeah,
sure, they were stretch goals and they did make a lot of money for this, but you know, they got everything right away, but now they have to continue working on this to push out the content for us. So they're not being stingy about it. They're not like, they could have very easily just like pulled a Devil May Cry like special edition, you know, here's Virgil for your game and we don't really change much about it.
Oh my god.
And it's kind of like annoying sometimes, like whenever you go to fight Virgil as Virgil, it's pretty much just like red colored Virgil.
Yeah.
like to kind of emulate the fact that it's Dante. But for Plague Knight, they changed tons of parts, and they like certain like huge portions of the games are changed, such as a village, the initial village you go to. Instead of actually being able to enter the village, you're stopped and forced to find a different way to go under the village. And you can even see like Shovel Knight making his way towards there as if like this is occurring at the very exact same time.
Yeah, wow, that's a really nice attention to detail, yeah. How cute.
Like there are all kinds of little cool Easter eggs like that present in the Plague Knight campaign, and you know, a bunch of different like dialogue and stuff between certain characters, and it's pretty cool.
Okay, has everybody here played Shovel Knight?
I have played through the first few bosses, but I haven't been able to complete it because I've been really busy with school. But hearing all this talk now, just with the Plague Knight, being able to play Plague Knight and all this extra stuff, it's making me want to play Shovel Knight, because my problem is I bought it on Steam, and then it was finally on sale. I was like, well, I still think it was worth the $15. And then they had a sale on the Wii U, and I bought the Wii U version not knowing why. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait to play this. But I own 2 Shovel Knights, but I haven't played it. But since they announced the Shovel Knight amiibo, I was just like, okay, I think I have good reason why I own 2 copies of Shovel Knight, one for PC and that. But now, here's my problem. I still haven't beat the game, and I want to buy Shovel Knight for 3DS, and I'm like, no, I can't do this.
3 shovels!
3 shovels.
Another great addition to Shovel Knight is the challenge mode, besides just Plague of Shadows campaign, where you get to undergo like a variety, actually, of pretty interesting challenges, such as surviving an onslaught of the little propeller mice.
Yeah, I've heard a couple people say that it's not the most enticing thing.
No, but at least it's different. It's not just like time attacks for the levels already completed. They actually did different things. Yeah. One of them's pretty cool, like a mode where you have to use Shovel Knight's pogo jump to clear across this field of debris, like scattered across walls.
Seems like there's a lot there, yeah.
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 It's a heckin' fun time.
There's one feature on the 3DS version with Street Pass, you know, like the ghost races you have in Mario Kart to try to beat the other person's time.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
they
that
added
the trials?
Yeah, it's like a time trial sort of thing with a ghost. They added that feature into Shovel Knight, so if you street pass someone, you can try to see you can do it faster, like on some certain stages or whatever. Like, I'm not too familiar with it. I had a roommate who owns the 3DS version, and I was just like, oh, I've never heard of that before. Thought that was interesting.
Oh, cool. Well, as Super saying, go get that joint.
Yeah, you can get that now, and be sure to keep an eye out for the future DLC as well as the Shovel Knight Amiibo coming soon.
But you know what? I'm gonna need you to bring out the tissues, cause you know what you can't get, at least this holiday.
What?
StarFox Zero has been delayed to Q1 2016. Oh my God! Please, what's going on here, guys?
Well, the whole reason behind this StarFox Zero delay, they released a announcement on Nintendo's Facebook, and Miyamoto was like, "Hey guys, so we found out we could do more to the game, so." Sorry, we're gonna delay it till Q1 2016. They sort of made it like a big deal, but honestly, it's being delayed till Q1 2016, which is not too far off. It's a short delay.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about this post. What I think it's interesting about this post, though, that Miyamoto did, which is crazy. Let's all realize that. Facebook, whoa. But like, it seems like the reasons stated are kind of strange, because he mentions that, like, well, if we want a direct quote, he says, "We now believe that we will need a little more time to work on areas such as that unprecedented discovery that we want players to experience in the game by using 2 screens." So it's like, now, like a couple months away from like holiday time, they're like, wait, what if there's things that like people will discover eventually because of these 2 screens things that we haven't thought about yet? And like now they're giving that thought. And I would have thought, since this game seems to have been in development for a while, like that's something that you should have had done, like, you know, a while ago, because that's like very integral to this game, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit of a strange sort of way to just be like, hey, we're delaying it for these reasons. But there's also people who have tried out the demo of StarFox Zero at E3, and most people's expectations, some of them were like, oh, this is pretty good, and others were like, this is rushed and feels really boring.
It's been very polarizing, yeah. At least in the control aspect. And if you want to add on to that, and this kind of ties into his second point, he says that he also wants to polish the level design and perfect the tone of the cutscenes, which is very strange. They still don't know where they want to take the story yet. So, what do you guys think about this? Does this make you uneasy? It makes me glad because it's going to be better, but what do you think is going on here?
Well, to me, you know, the reasons stated sounds like, you know, this delay was necessary to figure some things out. So I'm glad they're doing it. I think the game will turn out better because of it, and it'll be definitely worth the wait. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. What about you, Nico?
Well, I'm not the biggest StarFox fan, but I am glad that they are taking time to deliver a finished product instead of a product that is half-assed and will be finished later, like a lot of other companies like to do.
It's interesting to point out that now we have 2 really big games in 2016. This and Zelda Wii U.
Yeah.
So
when they delayed Zelda, they said sort of the same thing, except they're like, we realize it's open world, but it's big. We can do anything. So yeah, you won't see it till next year. I was like, all right, thanks, Inuma. Whatever.
Yeah, it's better that it's better than if it were not, you know, inherently.
Yeah.
Better to get a better product, rather.
Yeah, but all in honesty, with the delay of like StarFox Zero, it's a very short delay, so I'm hoping within that short amount of time that's being delayed, I hope that's enough to be able to make the game good. Because I feel the one half of me, it's like, I'm excited to play StarFox Zero. I wanted to have it pre-ordered and everything ready on Amazon, but then it's like, oh, they delayed it. It's like, oh, great, that gives me more time to save up more money and get it. But there's the other half, it's like, is it really going to be worth it when it comes out? Because there's always half argument, oh, it looks rushed, even though Platinum Games is helping out with it. And they've done really good jobs with their games.
Platinum Games is just doing assets.
Yeah, they're doing assets, and they do a good job at what they do. So I don't think the game would be bad for that perspective. But it's very mixed. I pray that it's very good, because Star Fox 64 is great. I don't know how from the last few StarFox iterations, from like Adventures and the other ones, they were semi-okay. I wasn't a big fan of those, but I really hope it just gets back to the roots of like what made StarFox 64 so good.
Yeah. One thing that Miyamoto, when this was first stated, when I first read it, I was a little bit upset, but then I read all the way through it and I saw Miyamoto saying, "I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry that we have to delay this," and I just,
You cried.
This poor man. This poor man just wants people to have fun.
Old Japanese man just crying at his desk on Facebook right now because of us.
I'd give him a hug.
Yeah. Let's all give Miyamoto a virtual hug.
Dude, he works he works his butt off. He does his best. And people just crap on it on image boards and whatever, and they're like, it's bad because it's not my game. I'm like, dude, he's an old guy. He works so hard, his heart and soul to what it is, and people just crap on it. I think it's just terrible.
So, Shiggy, if you're watching this and you somehow learned English, we love you.
Well, he can probably understand English better than you might think, but yeah.
We love you, Shiggy. Never change.
Yeah. So general consensus here, sucks, but whatever. We're glad it's gonna be better. Especially after all those, I think, like PAX and E3 reactions. We need to make sure the game's as good as it can be.
Yeah.
So is that all there is to say about that?
I believe so.
Not really much to say. Just gotta hope everything turns out well. Basically.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter @SmashCastTweets and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/SmashCast. And I know last time I said join us next time when we'll talk about Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, but join us next time when we'll talk about Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's gonna happen?
You see, Soup, it's because I'm a Metal Gear Solid expert, okay? And I know that in those games, they always do a bait and switch, right? So they tell you what to expect, and then it's not exactly what you're gonna get. So we're doing exactly that. We're like YouTube's Kojimas, every single one of us.
YouTube's Kojima. Jeez.
And we're telling them,
just shut up.
expect this, but don't. Because I don't know. I really don't know where I'm taking this.
We're the Naked Smash Cast.
Oh,
Punished Cast.
Liquid
Cast.
Dang it, David. My joke.
All right, we're done.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Toodles.